Dumb! Dumb! We did it again. Okay, so for this conversation, we were discussing Vegeta's spirit fission and how he literally states that tricks like fusing, like absorption, will not work. Also keep in mind, it is not limited to only tricks like absorption and like fusion. He also states that things in connection to a person, like cloning, okay, energy construct, energy projection, all of that falls under the same thing, will not work. Okay, so what this means is that Vegeta has already, by the way, Dad Daft, wipe your mouth, my guy. I'm gonna make sure you're in downward dog right now. Pay close attention. I got the aloe vera, okay? I got the shea butter. Get this shea butter! Get this shea butter! Okay, we got the shea butter, my guy. So what I want to do is I want to explain to you that Vegeta has encountered this type of fusion that you're discussing. Excuse me, this type of absorption. Now, Vegeta has encountered this type of absorption before, and yet he is comfortable in telling this man tricks like absorption will not work. That is in context to the types of absorption that he is aware of. He's already aware of absorption that takes place over android components, okay? He's already aware of absorption that takes place involving modified beings, involving mechanical components as well. What this means is that clearly didn't occupy a section of the criteria that was exempt from fission. Yeah. So, since Vegeta is already aware of energy absorption, since he's already aware of fusing, since he's already aware of integrating someone within your being, and he states that, hey, tricks like fusing and absorbing will not work. There are zero. Now, because Vegeta has already encountered this type of absorption before, when he tells this man that tricks like absorption will not work, that falls under the exact same criteria of what he is discussing. He's literally referring to that type of absorption as well, since he's encountered that is a known type of absorption that he is aware of, and here he is telling you without any specification or any exemption that fusion and absorption in general just do not work. There was never any statement that, hey, it doesn't work as long as you don't have android components. You want to know why? Because he dealt with the fusion, the absorption of a being that absorbed android components. So what does that mean? That means that, yes, when Vegeta says tricks like absorption will not work, you know what type of absorption he's encountered to even make a statement like this? The absorption of cyborg components, of mechanical components as well. This indicates it does not matter, okay? As Vegeta didn't give any specification or exemption. So when he says tricks like fusing or absorption or cloning will not work, by looking at the entire scope of everything that he mentioned, including cloning, it becomes obvious that the connection itself, okay, the foreign connection itself or connection to anything else is literally and strictly forbidden. That means Vegeta is your damn daddy over at Dragon Ball GT. It doesn't matter if you're Android 17, Super 17. It doesn't matter if you're Baby. It doesn't matter if you're Omega Shenron. You can't do that. You can't do none of that, okay? You can't do it. That means that Vegeta's gonna dance in your nether regions all damn day. Now time for bonus points. Do you guys remember? Back in the Buu Saga, Android 17 actually gave Genki. He actually gave the power of his life force to the Spirit Bomb. Do you guys remember in the Tournament of Power? Okay, Android 17 and Android 18 lent their energy for the Spirit Bomb. So, it seems to me that whatever life force they do have can be focused on, can be separated. Now, like I said before, it's not that you need to be able to sense the key in order to separate it. His ability to use spirit fission, his ability to separate key, to separate any manipulation or foreign connection, anything at all, literally gives him the ability to be aware of your energy, literally gives him the ability to be aware of your presence within a fusion or within an absorption. He will automatically, I got me talking like Andrew Tate, okay? At least before Chase DeMore got a hold of him. What you find out is that he will automatically be aware of any components inside that do not belong, of any connections that do not belong. He'll become aware of this because of spirit fission. Spirit fission is the ability to detect it, negate it, refuse it, and tell niggas to get out of here. Now, let's look at it through the statistics, okay? It is not unreasonable to say, once you hear Vegeta say, hey, tricks like absorption, tricks like fusion, that shit ain't gonna work. That shit don't work. Okay? So based on hearing that, it is not unreasonable to say no types of fusion works. Because that's, especially not a type of fusion or absorption that Vegeta has encountered when he's standing right here telling you that as far as he knows, and he didn't even say as far as I know, leaving it up to, he said it like a definitive fact that he had learned. No fusion nor absorption can work. Okay, this takes into account the fusions and absorptions he's already been aware of in his life. He knows that those type of fusion and absorptions exist, and yet here he is telling you fusion don't work without the specification, without the distinction, without the exemption that, hey, unless you have he didn't say none of that. You never heard that. So you came up with that on your own. Meanwhile, what I'm saying is in regards to something Vegeta definitely said. You came up with what you said on your own, and what Vegeta said is to the contrary, but in agreement with what I said, that daft. So I just wanted to make sure that while you're in downward dog, your hips are spread just enough, because we're going to have to do some renovating, okay? And you're going to have to leave me a little bit of wiggle room, okay? Shit, a little bit tighter than lifestyle, but I want you guys to know right now that fusion and absorption ain't doing a damn thing. Android 17, Super 17, nigga, please. Your Genki alone would get separated, and he wouldn't need to know about that beforehand. He would immediately be aware of your presence in any Android fusion and any borrowing of power and any separation or connection that you use. You cannot hide or suppress yourself from spirit fission. If that was the case, don't you think Moro would have suppressed himself? Nigga don't know what he's talking about. Let's go! And last but not least, Vegeta clearly states that there are multiple forms of application to this technique. When they ask Vegeta, is he capable of gathering energy from people across the world, basically performing a spirit bomb? That was literally what he did. Vegeta says, yeah, it's the same principle, should be the same. It was a reversed engineered spirit bomb. He reverse engineered the mechanics of his spirit fission in order to create a spirit bomb, in order to gather energy from people. Now, as you know, as I've stated earlier, you can gather Genki, you can gather energy from the androids, even though they don't have the normal type of energy. What this means is those androids are not exempt from spirit fission, right? Right? Since you saw Vegeta gathering energy from people across the planet, since you've seen the androids lending their energy at various points in times, what you're finding out is somebody who even doesn't have normal ki in that sense is still not safe from spirit fission, is still not exempt from Vegeta collecting your energy, from Vegeta manipulating your energy, from Vegeta, I was right, nigga. So Super 17 is not fusing, he's not absorbing, he's not doing any of that. Like I said, his entire skill set is rendered obsolete by Vegeta and his spirit fission, okay? Keep in mind, these characters in Dragon Ball Super have ki optimization. So unless you're in Dragon Ball Super with a confirmed talent of suppressing or masking yourself to the level where Goku and Vegeta at this point in their training and ki optimization cannot sense you, then yeah, you're way below the expertise or the proficiency level when it comes to sensing in ki. If you're just a baby from Dragon Ball GT, we already know that ki optimization, ki control was handled on such an amateurish level, way down there. It literally pales in comparison to what Goku and Vegeta have learned in Dragon Ball Super. In Dragon Ball Super, they've literally learned about not letting their energy leak out. Various things done like that will always allow them to understand the energy of their opponents, as Whis explained to them that you must keep your power inside, thus keeping your enemies in the dark. However, for somebody who has learned this, like Goku and Vegeta, keeping your energy in the dark still won't hide it from a character like Goku or Vegeta. Their expertise, their proficiency at sensing energy, at handling energy, at understanding energy is way higher than a baby. So whereas that Daft's dumbass was basically trying to tell me, okay, somebody when that Daft got his ass handed to him, okay, in my comments, it was under the context of that. You're mentioning characters in Dragon Ball Super who have confirmed ability to master themselves way beyond what a GT baby would ever have. This is like saying, well, this character doesn't have God Ki and he went up against in Dragon Ball Super, he was worthy enough to do that. In Dragon Ball GT, it takes place way below. Nobody ever learned this ki efficiency, this ki optimization, this ki control. Nobody was ever controlling universally destructive punches without destroying the ground underneath them. Nobody ever stepped into this level of control. Nobody ever had the control to apply Kaioken on top of a form as powerful as Super Saiyan Blue, when Super Saiyan God, the first time it was used, could destroy the universe with a single punch, and then the base form caught up to that, and then they trained together, Goku and Vegeta, and underneath Whis, and in the Room of Spirit and Time, and gained Super Saiyan Blue, and stacked the Kaioken on top of it. Nigga, shut up. So these characters right now, with the ability to sense energy, their understanding of energy, yeah, they would never be confused with a person like Baby. You would have to be a person from Dragon Ball Super. And still, let's keep in mind, people like the Universe 9 pups got their ass beat and wouldn't be able to prevent anything involving energy. Hey, my nigga, you still got get gay. And by the way, those characters that you mentioned, those characters in Dragon Ball Super takes place before Vegeta even had Spirit Fission. Spirit Fission is another lesson on top of what he already knows that then brings him to another high point, brings him to a point where, hey, if you was talking about Lavender, Basil, Bergamo at the point of Spirit Fission, it wouldn't even be a conversation. Those niggas' energies would be understood and would be, look, Vegeta revived the dead by giving the Namekians their energy from across planet. He sent their energy from across the universe to their individual bodies. So there is literally no need to sense the individual vessel. No, he gains that ability automatically from Spirit Fission, as you saw. Keep your head down, Daft. Get your shape under. I got a good little tidbit for y'all at the very end of the video. It turns out it is the fusion itself. It is the absorption itself. Meaning, you could be a person that had literally no identifiable energy. You could be a person with zero energy at all. And if you're connected with something outside that, Vegeta can still undo it. Okay, so it's not so much as, do I have energy that you can sense? It's, did you fuse? It's, did you absorb someone? It's, did you borrow anything? It's, are you connected to something? It's, did you build a construct that you are controlling? Yeah, none of that happens if you build a construct that you are controlling. If you're controlling something, then you're connected to it, right? These things all fall in order. This is the reason why Vegeta was able to gather a spirit bomb, to gather energy from across the planet. Even though Spirit Fission typically removes a element of something from something else, okay? However, by reverse engineering it, he was able to use it in a different application, okay? So Spirit Fission is not just the removal of energy-based, no. He can literally recreate someone's entire body that merged with you and ceased to exist. That was rumored to be a permanent fusion. He can undo that, okay? If the two counterparts ceased to exist and created a new hybrid host, meaning it's not half of Goten's body and half of Trunks' body, they created an entirely new person. He can still undo that new person with absolutely nothing tethering him to their physical bodies, and he can materialize them back out into the open, okay? Yeah, this is what I said. This is like arguing that while I have the ability to materialize something in my hand that already digested in your stomach and is gone, a vitamin tablet that dissolved, I can remove out of your system and have in my hand here for you to see. And here you are arguing with me that I couldn't remove an apple that you're holding in your mouth. Nigga, stop it. It doesn't matter how tight you clench your jaws, doesn't matter how tight those lips wrap around it, okay? We gonna remove that apple no matter what. And what you see is that based on it just being about fusion, based on it being about absorption, means the energy don't exempt you. The energy you are not getting out on an energy technicality, my friend. Okay, because if that was the case, Vegeta wouldn't have been reviving an entire Namekian race from across the universe. Clearly, this is more than what you've described. Okay, you guys let me know how you personally feel. I'll continue to keep clapping up that bath. I'm his damn daddy now. I want y'all to be comfortable here at the channel, but we gonna make sure that we mark out anybody intentionally lying, because you're uncomfortable with the fact that, you know, everybody in GT is a Vegeta victim. Yes! Oh well! Clapping you up! Thanks for being such a great fan, Backshot Sally.